Hello, Knicks Nation. This is Sincere from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How y'all doing on this day? I wanted to go out there and have a conversation with y'all because Knicks Nation seems to be going crazy right now talking about Dawn Staley, right? I'll be honest with you. I love Dawn Staley. I talked to my wife about Dawn Staley and Becky Hammond and many other coaches that could actually get a legit shot in the NBA. Period, right? Um, and I want to be honest. She's a hell of a coach. She was a hell of a player. You know, I personally just don't think that she would be the coach for the New York Knicks. Has nothing to do with lack of knowledge in terms of knowing basketball or have not having enough toughness. She's definitely a tough person. She can handle a lot of different things. The idea is why I myself would not want Don Staley to be the head coach for the New York Knicks is just lack of NBA experience as a head coach. That's really it. I can mention many coaches out there who have had found great success, and she has found great success at the college level. But there have been many head coaches who have found success at the college level, but then when they got to the NBA level, it just didn't translate. And to be fair and honest, that's not what we're looking for. We have set the standard very high. I mean, Tom Thibodeau is not the head coach because it was finals or you're fired. And they made that very clear because he's not here no more, right? And with that being said, the idea is we don't know if the things that she would do that has found her success at the college level is necessarily going to translate for those at the NBA level. As I said, great player, great coach. But we've had a number of coaches have come through: Billy Donovan, Bobby Huggins, Calipari. And there have been there are many more coaches who have found great success at the NCAA level that it just didn't work out at the NBA level. And at this time, this is not the time to start trying to experiment and see and just hope that it works. This team right now, as I said, is championship or bust. We done invested draft picks. We done put millions and millions and millions of dollars on the line. Like we gotta win. We gotta win now. And I know that's not just my mindset. That I guarantee you, the vast majority of Knicks Nation, if not all of them, is it's win now or nothing, right? Um, Now I do believe, this is me personally, I do believe that we have like a 3 year window. The thing is, I rather have a coach who comes in with an established system, understanding of what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and work with the talent that we have, or be able to see about how they might be able to expand to getting other talent to help round out the system that they like to implement. So I've already said before, I'm a fan of Taylor Jenkins because he has demonstrated that he can really bring out the best, or at least the most, out of all of his talent. You know what I'm saying? So that I really like. Um, on a side note, I'm gonna be honest with you, Knicks Nation. I hope y'all feel me on this one too. I love Dawn Staley, and I said it from the very beginning. But she's also a 76ers fan, and she has made that very clear. She's also made comments about our own players, right? So I feel a little certain way, to be honest with you. Like, do I really want her to be my head coach of my team? Because she's already made comments about Brunson and other players on the team. And I'm like, to then turn around and be the head coach, it's kind of hard not to get the side eye. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the thing is, I myself, I get that she has the resume to have the interview. She has knowledge of basketball. She knows the game of basketball, no question. Do I think that she's the one for that position? I don't. And it's not because I think, not because she's a female or, but because she just doesn't have, in my opinion, NBA experience, right? So for that reason, I don't think the Knicks are going to go with Dawn Staley. So I wanted to make sure I got that out the way. I don't think that's going to be something that's very realistic. I personally think the Knicks still have a coach or two in mind that are front runners. I think they, for the most part, have already kind of made up their mind of the top 2 or 3 coaches that they want to put in place. But I don't think that it's Dawn Staley. But I think out of respect for her game and her coaching, resume, I think that they had to go, and just from a due diligence standpoint, and optics, that they want to make sure that they not only give her an opportunity, just as they did with all these other coaches as well. But I don't think that's the direction the New York Knicks are going to be going. I got word earlier today that Westbrook might be someone that the New York Knicks have interest in, and there's a possibility with Westbrook. He's shown his willingness to be able to be a starter as well as be willing to come off the bench. He's older, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely older, but he does bring a certain level of athleticism, and he does bring a certain level of toughness. And of course, I love toughness. I'm an Oakley fan. That's why we got the 34 at the end, right? You know what I'm saying? So Westbrook is a possibility, but the thing is, I don't know if that's a lock because we don't have a coach yet. Right now, I think the New York Knicks are looking at the summer league, and they're focusing on not only the players that they drafted, but people they might be looking for two-way contracts, trying to essentially try to get back the talent that we already had before, but now their contracts have come to a conclusion, and maybe we want to try to bring them back, re-sign them. Shamet, Wright, even Precious Achiuwa. These are guys who I can see the Knicks trying to bring back and trying to move forward from there. I don't really see a lot of free agency moves that are happening. I don't foresee it. But I'm thinking that the Knicks, their main focus is trying to retain the players that we already have. I think that's the big look over there. And then looking at the summer league, who can we get that we believe can actually become something, for the future? And I think that realistically, when it comes to whoever the coach may be, of all the candidates that we might be selecting from, I think that the Summer League is a great opportunity for them, whether in person or even watching on television, being able to see the different talents and the attributes and the attitudes or laziness or the effort, that they may be able to put out there. Who might be a good leader? Who's a good listener? Who's somebody you really got to yell at, and who's somebody who you don't have to yell at to get their attention, but they're going to get you're getting their full undivided attention. They're ready to lock it in. So these are things that I think coaches would really like to use to benefit themselves when they have, whether it's their second interview or more, to be able to look at the talent and be able to, whether it's physically or on television, determine who fits their system, their style of play, and hopefully success. I think that that's going to be the main goal when it comes to the coaching and when it comes to the talent that we have going into the summer league. I think that's going to be a very real thing. I just don't think that Dawn Staley is going to be that person. I don't think that Dawn Staley is going to be the head coach for the New York Knicks. And let me be clear: if there was a Mount Rushmore of coaches, she's definitely one of them. So I want to be very clear. She has knowledge. I just don't think it's going to be because she doesn't have NBA experience as a head coach. So with that, I think that the Knicks are going to continue doing their due diligence, see who's available, do their interviews, and hopefully they make their decision pretty soon. I just don't think it's going to be Dawn Staley. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up here. Let's continue to watch. Let's continue to subscribe. All right. Y'all all have a good day. Knicks, stand up. Let's get it. All right. I'll talk to y'all next time, and have a good day.